40% of PIX transactions were P2B. PIX started as mostly a transfer method, so person to person transferring money, and then the QR code experience and all that solidifying PIX as a payment method, not just a transfer method, and that is only increasing in double the rate of PIX itself. So PIX usage has grown like 60% over the last year and years, while P2B is growing 120%. So this is key here to think about it not just as a transfer method, but as an actual payment method, right? Like again, like almost like 300 billion in transaction value in this year, and again, 26% of the entirety of Latin America, not just Brazil, is PIX alone. Now, a little bit of like the share here, and not just the share, but share of like first payments. Credit card was huge. Boleto at some point was huge too, but the moment like PIX was released in 2020, and again released in 2020 mostly as a transfer method, so wasn't really popular at that time. 2021 came in, it was during the pandemic, so online payments was also booming. PIX was like, talk about timing, you know, the central bank had like perfect timing with the pandemic, where like basically everyone had to adjust to online, and PIX was there to help on that, to include everyone. Like digital inclusion was like a side effect of PIX, but like it was really a reality that PIX enabled a lot of people that had no access to digital to come into digital. So that is why today you see that 95% last year of first purchases online are made using PIX. That is the gateway payment method. So it's not just about like having like the payment that is popular in that country, but it's about like increasing your customer base because of that. And it's shown here. I love this chart, by the way. So this is internal data. This is actual data here of the average revenue of merchants here over EBANX, and how it was trending before they offered PIX. And then there's a cut line there where I say, hey, now PIX is live and we're accepting PIX. And then it jumped, and then it might look flat, but it's actually pointing upwards. So it went from a downwards trend to an upwards trend, and 16% increase in revenue. 16, and that's an important number here. And another important number here is 25% increase in new customer acquisition. Like that, again, things that like you don't see that kind of number like overnight. It's usually like a couple of years worth of work to have that kind of number. That is just by enabling that one payment method.